This is a follow-up to my first video. I just wanted to show you some extra features and to do a little bit of troubleshooting because inevitably students will make some mistakes. So first of all, let's say we're going to create a new section and we're going to highlight some stormy weather. So storms in Canada. And so this time, instead of showing a map of where all the storms are, maybe we're going to highlight just tornadoes and we want to throw a video in. So instead of using our map, we can click on video, go to YouTube, and we need to find a video of a tornado. So here we are. This is a good one. So I'm just going to copy the link and go back to my story map and throw it in there. I have to click check and then select the video. Now, this part isn't so important for videos. Usually it fits just fine, but you're going to find with images, you're always going to want to click on fit. So now I can write here, a really bad tornado. And you'll see my main stage has switched over to the video of, all right, yeah, there we go. So you'll notice though, when I add a new section, it's going to forget that we were using a map. So if I want to now show where the tornadoes are in Canada, I'm going to have to turn back on that map that I had earlier and go back and switch the contents. So I've got the storms on, and if I want to highlight a particular region, maybe we want to look at the Ottawa area. I'm going to zoom in and save the map location so it's highlighted. All right. Let's say we don't like the particular order that we have our slides. You can always click on Organize down here and click on the three dots and drag it up, and it'll reorder your slides. So now we've got our introduction, and we start off, oops, with our storm map, and then it follows it up with a video. Some other common issues will be a student will have forgotten to, excuse me, add a layer to their map. So let's say they want to look at the landform regions of Canada and also some climate. Well, if that's the case, we have to go back. This is called our web mapping application. We want to go back to ArcGIS and find our original web map. So the web mapping application, excuse me, the web mapping application is the story map. This is our is the original map, and when we open it up, we can change it, and the new layers that we add will appear in our story map. So let's say I want to get Canada's landform regions. Now it's really weird. I don't know why. We type in Canada landform regions, and the title comes up as Canada's physiographic regions. But if you actually search for Canada's physiographic regions, it doesn't appear. So it's a bit of a frustrating one. You'll also notice that the Inuit Mountains don't exist according to this map. And I'm just going to grab Canada's climate. It's another handy layer. I'm going to add that there too. Now you'll notice that a lot of stuff has disappeared. That's because it's a layering process. So since the physiograph regions is on top, it's covering up anything else that's underneath it. So if I just grab this and slide it down, you're going to notice that I can put it underneath and the other things are on top. If I want to see the climate region, I need to turn these other ones off, and then you'll be able to see the climate regions. It's a bit of a funny layer. Climate region is, or the climate layer is pretty neat. You can, I would suggest to make a copy of it, and what I do is I make the copy, just going to rename this, a precipitation or a rain layer. So now when I click on it, I can turn off the temperature and turn on the rain, and suddenly now wherever I click on the map, it tells me the amount of rain that's received. So you can really see that, oops, should see pretty high numbers. There we are out west. Whereas if I go back to the original layer, this is all temperatures. So I just saved my map again, and now I can go back to my story map, make sure I save it. Don't forget to save. And then when you refresh it, you'll notice we've got those layers available. Now you'll notice that my introductory slide now is completely different because when I saved it with this turned on. So if I didn't want that, I should have saved it with the disasters all turned on. And now when I save it, and I refresh this one, I've got my disasters back for that first slide. But now what I can do is I can click on and add Canada's, oops. And I can pick my map, and I can change the content now so that I don't have all of my natural disasters, but instead I've got my landforms. And maybe I want to create a pop-up to highlight maybe the interior plains. Don't forget, you can always include an image. I think I showed you this earlier by using this tool here. You can link to another document. So if I wanted to, for instance, link this to this image here, it takes me to the flood. The last thing, you may want to have the students change the header so that it, instead of being a storyline, it might be the student name. And you could even change the logo to the school logo. So there's the student name that appears up in the corner. Enjoy making your story maps.